Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Pan American series. This is episode 12. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off in Malargüe, Argentina. We crossed the mountains once again and then heading north for a total distance of about 130-140 nautical miles up to Santiago, Chile. And same as last time, we have our alternate already, and that will be Mendoza, Argentina if we encounter any problems in Santiago. We'll zoom out here so you guys can see where we are. We're almost, I'd say almost about halfway up the coast of South America here. So I'm going to try to start doing a little bit longer legs on the next couple of flights to cover some ground. Yeah, and then we should have some more interesting stuff in the next few episodes as well. All right, without further ado, let's get on with the episode. Hello everybody, welcome back to Malargüe, Argentina. Just getting the plane ready to go here. All our passengers are already loaded up. We have 5 passengers on board today and their baggage. And with our fuel load, we are right under max takeoff weight. So it'll be interesting to see how well the aircraft performs, especially with trying to climb up to get over the mountains. Should make things interesting, to say the least. So we'll hop aboard. Get the door closed up. Make sure our controls are set up correctly, which they appear to be. All right, let's start going over our checklist. So the pre-flight's complete. Passengers have been briefed. Seatbelts are secured. The doors closed and locked. Batteries off. Gear switches down. Flaps are up. The brakes. Test for firm. Flight controls are free, which they are. Parking brake is set. Switches are all off. Battery comes on. Gear lights are on. Elevator and rudder trims are neutralized. Hydraulic shutoff valve can come to open.
Lima Victor Foxtrot Bravo Hotel ready to taxi.
Should have that turned off, my bad. Fuel quantities. So we have about 130 gallons on board today. That's checked. Low fuel warning is off, which I did find out that actually you cannot. This aircraft is not certified to depart with the low fuel warning light on. Even if you only need that much fuel, you are not supposed to depart with the low fuel warning light on. So learn something new. Circuit breakers appear to be all in, and they are. And the altimeter and the clock is set and set. Right, engine start checklist. The props are full forward. The mixtures are idle cutoff. Throttles, crack them a little bit here. And let's see, outside air temperature. Yeah, so it's about, 14 degrees Celsius, about 55, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not cold, but it's a little cold. So we'll go ahead and prime those a little bit, but not too much. All right, so throttle's cracked, the battery's on, the low fuel warning is out. Fuel selectors. Cycle them and listen. And then we've already primed. Set these throttles here. Right, starting number 2. All right, there's number 2 started, back to 1,000 RPM. 1,000 RPM set. Shower pressure Right gyro pressure is looking good, and the alternator comes on. Repeat the process for the left engine. So throttle's cracked, already primed. We can start on the left. 2,000 to warm up. Gyro suction's good on the left. Left alternator comes on. Yeah, let's get our headset on. Alright, the engines are started. We'll let them warm up, and we're going to go ahead and lean the mixtures. So we'll just do one at a time. Lean the right engine first. Basically, just bringing the mixture back until we see kind of a decrease in RPM. And then bringing it back forward a little bit. And that should be good. Just make sure we don't foul the spark plugs or anything. Alright, avionics master comes on. The beacon should have been on already. Forgot to turn that on. Let's see, it's 59 in here, so honestly I'll probably just leave it that way for now. In fact, I'll open the vents. Well, what do we say? It's like 57 outside, so guess I'll put on a little bit of heat. Put it on low right now. It's the defrost. Oops. Alright, so I've already input our flight plan here today. We'll zoom out on the map just to show you that it's put in here, but everything's looking all good with that. Alright, the engines are starting to warm up. We'll call up tower and get our IFR clearance. Malargüe Tower, Aerostar 702 Sierra Bravo, ready to copy IFR to Santiago.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Malargüe Tower, information Alpha is current, clear to Santiago. After departure, fly radar vectors Anaconda, then as filed. Runway 27, initial climb to 8,000. Departure on 125.39er squawk 4265.
Clear to Santiago. Radar vectors Anaconda, then as filed. Departure runway 27, initial climb to 8,000 feet. Departure 125.39er, squawking 4265, and we'll grab information Alpha, Aerostar, 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, read back correct.
And actually, forgot to test our auxiliary hydraulic reservoir, so let's just bring out the flaps. Bring up the flaps. Oh, it's an engine driven. I would have thought that having the hydraulic valve closed would have... We might have actually just damaged our hydraulic pump. Having that valve closed, because I think it runs automatically with the engine. We probably just tore up. We'll leave it be. I won't look. I won't fix it while we're here. Which thing's more interesting. Alright, anyways. Temperatures on these are coming up now, so we'll do our run up. So they've warmed up. Temperatures are checked. Props full forward. Mixtures can come to rich. Props come up to 1500 RPM. Engine instruments checked, so cylinder head temps look good. Oil pressure looks good on the left and the right. Fuel pressure good on the left and the right. Oil temperature good on the left and the right. Suction's good. Fuel flows, RPMs, manifold pressure, they're all looking good. Alright, check our voltages now. Looks good. And then it should be up to 2100 RPM. Exercise the props a little bit. I'll perform the mag check. We'll do right engine first. So right engine, right mag. Let's bump the throttles up a little bit. Okay. Back to both. Left mag. As always, it's the left mag, about a 200 drop. Okay, let's do the left engine. Oof, 250 drop. Left mag is actually good. Interesting. Alright, so I do wonder. Yeah, 175 RPM max drop is the most you're supposed to have. And it should be, pretty sure it should be only a difference of 50 RPM between the two. So, definitely something going on with that, the right mag on the left engine. So we'll let this cool down just a little bit, and then we will try the run up on the left engine again. Right, it's cooled down a little bit. Let's bring it back up to 2100 RPM. Try to do this quickly. It's running a little rough, but it is a little bit better, I think, than it was before. Honestly, I don't think we can get repairs here in Malargüe anyways, so I'm going to try to push on to Santiago. Aerostar's pretty capable on one engine. Not that I think that will be a problem. Alright, we're going to push on to Santiago, and we'll get it checked out once we're there. Other three mags look good, so I'm not too concerned. But it's definitely something we want to get checked out once we land in Santiago. Right, so we completed the run up. Go to our before takeoff checklist. We'll go ahead and do that since the runway is literally right here. Right, the cabin door is closed and locked. Controls are free. Mixtures we'll put full forward when we're on the runway. Fuel selectors are on. Boost pumps can come to on. Instruments have been checked. Heading we're showing roughly about 056, 057, and that matches up here. Radios have been set. Flaps come down to 10 degrees. And the trim is set, which will go about there for takeoff. Heat. We will go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to turn the nav lights on. And then we'll release the parking brake. Test our brakes here. And yeah, that will be good till we get into the after takeoff, which just do from memory: wheels up, gear up, flaps up. Wheels brake, gear up, flaps up. And then the climb checklist will have pulled up there. Right, and now we will call tower for taxi. Malargüe Tower, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, we're ready to taxi IFR.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 27 taxi via, hold short of runway 14, then runway 14, hold short of runway 10. Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, cross runway 14, then continue taxi via runway 14, taxi hold short of runway 10.
We'll cross runway 14, then continue taxi via runway 14 and hold short of 10 for Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Alright, basically, we're departing 27, which is the same runway we came in before, except the opposite one, so I don't know, these taxi instructions are a little bizarre, but I think it's because basically we're just taxiing along the runway. Surprised we haven't gotten to any kind of crazier weather on this trip so far. I know we've had a couple of times where it's been a little rainy, a little foggy, but nothing too serious. We actually had some crazy weather here where I live, had a hailstorm with like baseball-sized hail.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, cross runway 10.
Crossing runway 10, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Okay, yeah, this will be 10/09 and 27 that we're on right now. We'll just back taxi down to the end. Like I mentioned before, we are heavily loaded. I think it's just shy of max takeoff weight, so. And it is 3:40 p.m. local time. Doing about 180 miles, say that's about our average speed is about 160, 180, so be about 440 by the time we get there, probably. Alright, let's see if I can't get lined up here. Malargüe Tower, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, ready to go, runway 27.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 27, winds 200 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. 2006, so the winds are coming from like the left, so that's fun, I guess. Well, interesting, our Garmin here is showing basically straight on at 3 knots, so slowly bring the power in. Right, max power set, off the brakes. Let's go flying. Don't forget, mixture's full rich. There we go. Airspeed's alive, 80 knots. It's 90 knots. 95 knots, rotate. Gently coming off the runway there. Great, gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Right, we're accelerating up to that 120. To come back on the power. It's 24 squared. And I think that too, I was reading that the CHT warning on the engine monitor, the JPI here, apparently is set low. Apparently...
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, contact departure.
Go to departure, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2...
Malargüe departure, Aerostar 702 Sierra Bravo is climbing 5,800 for 8,000.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Malargüe departure, radar contact, climb flight level 170, maintain present heading, vectors to Anaconda, then on course.
Climb, maintain flight level 170, maintain present heading, vectors to Anaconda, then on course, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, climb flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Getting a pretty decent rate of climb for being fully loaded, but I still don't know if we're going to make it to 180 before we get to where we need to be over these mountains here. Wonder if they're going to give us a vector to allow us more time to climb, or if we're going to have to ask for it. Malargüe departure, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. Can we get a 90-degree deviation to the right to give us a little room to climb to flight level 180?
Aerostar to Sierra Bravo, turn right heading 017, climb flight level 180.
Right to 017, climb flight level 180, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. That'll help us out a lot, not approaching this terrain head on like that. We actually might not be able to make 180 on this flight. I am remembering to lean the mixtures periodically, and we're still only getting about 500 to 800 feet per minute, and we're barely at 10,000, so we'll see. We'll see if we can't do another 8,000 feet.
Aerostar to Sierra Bravo, direct Anaconda, then as filed, please.
Direct Ancon, then as filed, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. Let's go ahead and put the autopilot on. We'll do on, and attitude and heading hold, and GPSS is selected. Now I just hope that we continue to climb, since we're only at 11,100. But we told them we needed room, so hopefully they will manage that for us, I guess. They're going to end up eventually flying us into some terrain. Drops back up to 2,500 because we can technically stay at 2,500, I think. We're just not supposed to exceed 2,500. But we need to get up over this terrain. I mean, I think we're gonna make it alright, but it's just pretty darn close. Closer than I would have liked, but it's working out. So, get a nice scenic view of the terrain. And these passengers don't seem to mind. They're not freaking out on us yet, at least. Alright, we're gonna turn the autopilot off. Malargüe departure, Aerostar, 2 Sierra Bravo, we're deviating about 20 degrees to the right for terrain clearance.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo acknowledged. Maintain deviation as needed for terrain clearance.
That was so close. Way too close. Probably a little overloaded, and then combine that with relying on air traffic control, and yeah, it's a little bit of a sketchy operation today. CHT's flashing at us, they're like at 212, which is okay. Max, I believe, on the CHT is like 240. So, I mean, you know, we want to get them cooled down, but when we're down here flying like this is when we need them to be working as hard as they can, so. Now let's put the autopilot back on, proceed back on course to Ancon. Malargüe departure, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, we're proceeding back on course direct Ancon.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, roger, direct Anaconda.
I don't believe it's called Anaconda. Everything I'm not seeing anything where it's actually named Anaconda. Just Ancon, Alpha November, Kilo Oscar November. Not seeing anything that actually calls it Anaconda, so I think that might be saying tensions just being a little silly, perhaps. I don't think we're gonna make it. No, there's no way we're making it to 180. We're pretty much leaned out. I mean, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. When you're ready, descend flight level 110. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 17 right approach into Santiago.
Descend flight level 110, our discretion, and we'll expect ILS Zulu 17 right into Santiago, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. So we can pull that up. Approach. +17 right, Zulu. Load that approach in. And let's also final approach course 177. 111.1. Over the mountains now anyways, so a better time than the present to start descending. In the future, I'm going to make it a rule of thumb not to try to go, up to 15,000 whenever we're this fully loaded. We'll cut out 2 passengers, maybe do max 3 passengers. And that way we'll have a little bit better performance. Because I knew it was a little bit sketchy to kind of go fully loaded out of Malargüe and climb over the mountains, but I didn't realize that we were going to have quite as hard a time with it as we are, so that's my bad. But we will plan on being a little more lightly loaded if we're going over the mountains in the future. Descending at 1,000 feet per minute now, coming up on 11,000. So, back our rate of descent here. So I'll have a little bit easier time capturing this altitude. We'll await further instructions from air traffic control before descending further. That's 11,000. Bring our power back up to 20 inches of manifold pressure as we level off.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, descend altitude 9,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descend 9,000 feet, QNH 1016, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Right, starting our descent to 9,000.
Rocksmart 2431, contact Santiago info on 122.4.
122.4 for Rocksmart 2431.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, I am extending your downwind for sequencing. Descend altitude 8,000 feet, turn right, heading 005 vectors for the ILS runway 17 right approach, QNH 1016. Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
Mike muted again. Descending 7,000 feet and right to 005 vectors ILS 17 right approach, QNH 1016, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. We're going to switch the bottom unit to TCAS now. 750 to go. Cooking it on the speed here. Bring it back a little bit. Oh, down to 7,000 actually. The initial one was to 8,000 and then they cleared us to 7,000 immediately after. Which is funny. Right, 750 to go.
Land 104, contact Santiago Center on 123.8.
222 across the ground.
123.8, he land 104.
There's 500 to go. Start bringing the rate of descent back. $250 to go. There's the airport over there. $100 to go. Altitude hold.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, turn left heading 360.
Left 360, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Kind of surprised we're not seeing more traffic. I would have thought we would have been seeing a lot more traffic landing and departing, but maybe not. Beautiful, beautiful mountains in the distance there. Massive city of Santiago here. There's the airport. So we'll be coming in on 17 right. I'm gonna wait to do the approach checklist until we are actually cleared for the approach. Traffic advisory. Three miles, 900 feet below us. 1,000 below us, okay. Alright, I think we're as prepared as we can be for the approach. Now it's just kind of waiting to get vectored in. Just depending on the traffic, they might sequence us quite a ways out. We're gonna hopefully not take too long to get it on the ground. There's probably quite a bit of traffic departing right now as well. So, then we'll go ahead and get the tower frequency plugged in. Tower's
Aeroski 3420, contact Santiago info on 122.4. 122.4 for Aeroski 3420. Good day.
And then ground is 122.5. So I'll just punch it into the standby in case we forget it. Good to go. Alright, I've got traffic now within 3 miles. Within 2 miles, they're 1900 below, so they're probably coming in kind of the same way. Kind of maintaining about the same speed too, which makes me wonder, probably sequence us farther out.
Aerostar to Sierra Bravo, descend altitude 6,000 feet, turn left heading 330.
Left to 330, descend 6,000 feet, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. Oh, the clouds? Okay, well, I say that and then they're gonna go away.
Aerostar to Sierra Bravo, 4 miles from Sedpa. Turn left heading 210, descend altitude 5,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 17 right approach.
Left 210, down to 5,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 17 right approach, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. Alright, let's bring the power back to 15 inches. Let's do our first checklist real quick. So, boost pumps on, mixtures full rich, fuel selectors are on, flaps can come to 20 degrees below 175. Gear down below 157. Right. Keep coming down. 20 degrees ish. And we'll get on nav. Actually, arm approach. Switch this to VLOC. It's my bad. My bad. Above the glide slope. Let's get glide slope armed here. We'll go back to attitude hold because we need to descend.
Aerostar to Sierra Bravo, contact Santiago Tower on 118.1.
Over to Tower 18-1, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. Santiago Tower, Aerostar 702 Sierra Bravo, inbound ILS runway 17 right approach. Glide slope.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Santiago Tower, Roger, continue approach. Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 17 right, winds 130 at 5, clear to land.
Clear to land, 17 right, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Great, we're under the glide slope. Glide slope's armed. Flaps are 20. Great, glide slope captured. Kind of surprised we don't have DME on this ILS, but okay. It's alright. Let's see, we're at about 150, so gear can come down. Alright, boost pumps on, mixture's full rich. Been clear to land. Runway's in sight, confirm 17 right, there's 17 left. Flaps are 20. Gear is down, 3 green. Just keeping our speed up. So we get a little bit closer and then we'll put out the rest of the flaps. See that showing a 5 knot wind, a little bit from the left. Which matches what they said. We got a traffic advisory. Alright, let's dump the rest of the flaps. Autopilot coming off. A little bit of a lag spike there. Low. It's alright. 100 knots, right where we want to be. The threshold and bring the timer back to idle. Right rudder. Alright, very nice.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, welcome to Santiago. Contact ground on 122.6.
122.6. Over to ground 122.6, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Honestly, could have made a long landing here and it would have been fine.
5753, ready to taxi.
Delta 5753, runway 17 right taxi, via Zulu 3, Zulu Victor.
Runway 17 right taxi via Zulu 3, Zulu Victor Delta 5753.
Copa 6064, ready to push. Copa 6064, pushback approved. Pushback and start approved, Copa 6064.
Okay, so this doesn't quite match up with the chart here. Which is fine. There's a taxiway sign there. Maybe it's just a little bit off. Whiskey. There's uniform on the chart. Okay, well that's gonna be fun. And then it'll be interesting to see what taxiway names air traffic control will use. As is uniform. Santiago, ground, Aerostar 702 Sierra Bravo, clear 17 right. We'd like to taxi to the maintenance apron.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, taxi to apron pista and GA3 via uniform, Golf India Mike. Good day.
Over to apron, Papa via uniform, Golf India Mike, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Over to Tower Lamperu 6176.
To our after landing checklist. Props full forward, flaps are up, boost pumps coming off. Trim tabs can be neutralized. Okay. And the cabin heater can come off, which leave it on, honestly, because it's a little bit chilly. Plane is finally gonna move, so we can go here. It's nice of them. And then landing light will turn the left one off when the strobe can come off.
Chile 384, request push and start.
Chile 384, cleared for push and start.
Push and start approved, land Chile 384.
Now we're just following Golf over to India.
Land 4171, contact tower on 118.1.
Tower, land 4171. Lamperu 5052, ready to taxi.
Lamperu 5052, runway 17 right taxi via Zulu 2, Zulu Victor.
Runway 17 right taxi via Zulu 2, Zulu, Victor Lamperu 5052.
So I think this is India coming up, it looks like, and then we'll cross all the way across to the, or no, hold on. Okay, we got taxiway signs, that's good. Yep, India, left here. No, Lima? No, India. Goodness gracious. Maybe these are like airline maintenance hangars over here.
Argentina 8503, request pushback.
Maybe that's why they were hesitant to send me over here.
Pushback approved, Argentina 8503.
Okay, so this is looking like maybe these are like airline maintenance hangars up here.
Landliner 170 ready for push.
So I'll probably taxi over to Apron P.
Cleared for push and start.
Just park over there.
Roger,
and you can
pushback
always
approved. Landliner 170.
Contact someone
And
to
Chile 384, ready to taxi.
come look at the
Land
aircraft.
Chile
for us.
384, runway 17 right taxi via Kilo 1, Alpha, Tango, Zulu, Victor.
We'll see if we can't discern where we want to park. I was kind of just trying to see if they were going to have any cool parking spaces. Doesn't necessarily look like it. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll just go park over here. It's down at the end. Alright, park and brake set. Now lights can come off, all the cabin heat and everything can come off. FS Economy finished its flight, so that's good. Right, parking brake set. Letting the engines cool down a little bit. Honestly, they probably did on the taxi.
2226, ready to taxi.
I'll turn off the master avionics. Radio and lights off. Mixture's idle cut off. Yep, forgot to kill the battery and the alternators first. Fuel selectors come to off. Right and left alternator off. Beacon and landing light, battery, all those come off. Right. We are all shut down. Put the chocks in and yeah, start getting everything unloaded. Alright. Get our covers on here, and we're gonna go get the baggage unloaded. Once we get the passengers unloaded, we'll see about having someone from maintenance come over and take a look at the aircraft. Just about the hydraulic pump issue, because I tried to close the shut-off valve, which I probably shouldn't have done. And also check out the mags, because that one mag was having quite a bit of a drop. But yeah, I will get them unloaded, and then I will be back with you guys once we have maintenance take a look at it. Alright, we went ahead and had maintenance take a look at everything. Didn't find any issues with the magnetos. It might have just been the spark plugs were needing to be cleaned. No issues with the mags on either engine, so they all look good. Also, the hydraulic pump is fine, so I think probably it was okay, you know, that we didn't leave the hydraulic shut-off valve closed for too long. So hydraulic pump's all good, they checked that out. Hydraulic lines are all good, no problems, everything seems to be in working order. So they looked that over, and while they were doing that, I went ahead and got some cleaning supplies, and we cleaned off the bugs and got the plane washed. So yeah, it's looking nice and clean. and we will be ready to go for the next leg, hopefully without any issues. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to give it a like. Let me know that you like what I'm doing here, and I'm going to keep doing it. And yeah, if you have any feedback, comments, questions, etc., feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you want to stay tuned for the next episode, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I also have a playlist that has all these videos in them, and I try to upload once a week, usually on Sundays at noon Central Time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe and happy flying.